Welcome back to the Core Cars News Tech Lab. We got a breaking news edition of Core Kind today, a weekend edition, because something big is brewing. Now, we've talked about Dish declaring bankruptcy and Sling TV being drawn into that with it. But now, according to the Wall Street Journal, Dish's parent company and Sling TV's parent company, EchoStar, is actually aggressively working towards preparations to declare bankruptcy. And it could be as soon as the day I post this video. It wouldn't surprise me to find out Monday they filed. So what's happening here? Why is Dish facing bankruptcy? It seems like they may be trying to protect themselves from the FCC. There's more than just money happening here, but that's a big part of it. We're going to break down everything you need to know about this story here. But first, if you want to learn more about it and read about it for yourself, check out the show notes and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to this story there so you can read it for yourself. And let me know what you think. If you like what we do here, please consider hitting a subscribe button, hitting a thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. All right, let's dive into it. The Wall Street Journal late on Friday night posted a story that sources familiar with the situation say that EchoStar's chairman, Charles Erging, I apologize, dyslexic moment, I butchered that, but is preparing possibility for bankruptcy. This comes as it's skipped an approximately $50 million in debt interest payments. So we knew earlier this week they missed a 300 some. Apparently they missed a second one as they prepare for possible bankruptcy. Missing a payment doesn't instantly start bankruptcy or foreclosure. You usually have a 30-day or some type of period where, hey, you missed it. Maybe there's a penalty, but you can make it up during this time. Originally reported that Dish was deliberately doing this to kind of force better terms. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, they're looking at bankruptcy because the FCC is investigating the use of their wireless spectrum. Dish is trying to become a, well, they are not trying, but they're trying to become mainly focused on a wireless boost mobile business. And with this, they are now the fourth largest provider of wireless service in the United States for mobile phones. They've been building out their own 5G network so they can stop renting networks from T-Mobile and others. With this, though, the FCC is investigating the licenses they bought to build out that 5G network to make sure they're using it. And there's rumors that the FCC may be considering pulling back some of those licenses and using them for other companies, including SpaceX, with it. Now, according to reports, EchoStar is considering bankruptcy because that would prevent the FCC during bankruptcy from terminating those licenses. If they could get a federal judge to put a halt on it, giving them time to finish building up their network and preparing to fight this. Now, with this all, according to reports, the EchoStar has said the FCC's review of their licenses has, quote, effectively frozen their ability to make decisions related to their wireless business. This does come as Dish is ordering a new satellite to go up in space to be built to continue offering satellite-based internet, which is interesting, or internet and television, which is interesting as DirecTV is kind of all but abandoned promoting their satellite options to push their streaming. I think there's a lot happening here. I do think money is a big issue with Dish. I do think Dish is struggling financially. We've heard that for a while. They had a little bit of a bailout late last year with some new investors. And now, though, that's not working out as long as they wanted. But I do also agree with the Wall Street Journal. I've heard reports that, the Dish's main focus now is to become a wireless company. Remember, a few months ago at the end of 2024, they were going to sell Sling TV and Dish to DirecTV for $1 plus the billions in debt those two companies are in, or services. So that Dish and EchoStar could remain focused on their wireless business, satellites, and some other things they do. That fell apart when debtors refused to agree to a debt swap, which basically agreed to transfer the debt from Dish to DirecTV. They didn't like the deal. They rejected it. The deal fell apart. Now, it would not surprise me to see a bankruptcy happen, try to free this up. If the bankruptcy goes well, and this will probably be a Chapter 11, which will allow them to restructure their debt, not completely shut down, I would not surprise me to see another attempt to sell off Dish and Sling TV. Maybe once again to DirecTV. A lot of people think that's inevitable. I think with lower debt, there will be some other potential buyers interested if the terms are right. It's still a very hard sell with that. Overall, though, the future of Dish and Sling TV right now is uncertain. I do say this, though. If you're a current customer, you got nothing to worry about. The service will continue for the foreseeable future as is. Bankruptcies take a long time, and they're not going to instantly shut down the service just because of the bankruptcy happening right now. But I do believe that if the bankruptcy goes through, if it happens, and I think it's very likely, if not this week, sometime in the future, that bankruptcy will happen. There's just too much debt here. I think other companies are going to knock on the door and try to buy it. Could we see it merging in with other ones? I don't know. Even with a restructured debt structure, there's still a lot of debt here. Who can afford to buy it? That's a good question. Who can afford to absorb billions of dollars in debt? I know Fubo, there's a lot of talk that Fubo would buy them. I think the problem there is financing. They are also not flush with cash. And, even if they get a $1 deal with debt, that debt would probably add to their current one being very difficult. I can see a lot of investment groups trying to buy Dish and Sling TV to kind of, in a similar way that, or Dish and Sling TV, in the similar way that DirecTV has been bought by an investment group, as AT&T later this year will complete its sale and end all ownership of DirecTV to an investment group with it. We'll watch this very closely. The role of television is changing. I think it changed much faster than many people expected, especially in the profitability. With the drop in ad revenue, definitely negative hurting. While you're seeing ads, companies are paying less for those ads, and you're seeing subscribers fall much faster than expected after 2020. Put this all together, and Dish's roadmap that they thought they had enough cash coming in from Sling and Dish to cover the expenses of building out its Boost wireless network just didn't pan out. I've said this many times. Increasingly, customers start cord cutting with services like Fubo, YouTube TV, Hulu Plus Live, Sling, etc. And then they transition to on-demand. If you're not a sports fan, why are you paying for a live TV service? And we've seen that. Many of the live TV services that reported first quarter earnings, including Sling TV, Hulu Plus Live, and Fubo, all reported subscriber losses in the first quarter. Fubo reports they also expect to see subscriber losses in the second quarter of 2025. I think this comes as many cord cutters are increasingly saying, if I don't care about sports, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, etc. are more than enough of what I need. And that's a tough spot. With ESPN and Fox and others launching their own sports service, it's going to put increasingly pressure on these live TV services with it in the future, and put pressure on Dish and Sling TV. We'll keep an eye on this story. Leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you think? Will Dish shut down? Will they be able to get through bankruptcy? It's not a foregone conclusion, to be honest with you. Well, until next time, take care, be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with a regular cord cutting today. Let me know, do you enjoy these deep dives on breaking news? I wanted to get this one out because I think by Monday, the news may be very different. Take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.